The death of George Floyd and the conviction of Derek Chauvin prompting serious discussions in this country about racism and relations between the African American community and police. Joining us tonight on 7 Up Front is Ron Brown, professor of political science at Wayne State University. Professor, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Dave, for inviting me here tonight.
A new USA Today poll shows that 71% of Americans agreed with the Chauvin verdict announced yesterday. What was your reaction when that came down?
Very happy. I mean, very, very happy. I was happy because I thought about myself, my 2 sons, and my 1 grandson who've all been stopped by the police. And so I'm hoping that all Americans realize that we should have a fair, procedural structure of justice so that no one feels like a stranger. So I was very, very happy with the outcome.
Now, many activists are saying the verdict is just a beginning, a first step toward real change in this country. What steps do you think could be taken to limit encounters with police that turn deadly, as happened in this case?
The first step, and the most important step, is to get the George Floyd bill passed out of the Senate and to avoid the filibuster so that we have guidance at the national level. I think that is very, very important because I think that, for example, in our city, in Detroit, I mean, we have a police commission. Citizens are involved in that in terms of a check and balance structure. That's not true in Chicago, for example. And so this fragmented structure is not going to work unless we have a national system in which the police are monitored and there's a national dialogue about it. So it's going to be a very long road in terms of moving forward. So this is the first step. And I want to say also that activists have been doing this all along. I mean, in terms of the history of African Americans, in terms of struggling to ensure that the police do not treat brown and black people as strangers in their homeland. So the first step, get the George Floyd bill passed out of the Senate.
Detroit Police Chief James Craig says he believes there is growing anti-police rhetoric in this nation and that it's putting a strain on his officers, even putting them in danger. Do you agree with the chief with that statement? And what
I do not. I do not. I mean, I think that historically, the memory of policing in our country for many African Americans happened to be slave patrols. So you go from slave patrols to actually having African Americans have to confront the Black Legion in Detroit, the Klan in Detroit, stress in Detroit. So you have the election of Coleman Young. It was because getting rid of stress. We had Ron Scott, who's not with us now, and Ken Cockrow, who mobilized folks in our area to ensure that the police are servants of the people. I mean, they're not an occupying army. And so I think that's critical. And so that the anti-police rhetoric is check and balance. Let's have a check and balance system so the procedures are fair to everyone. If you have fair procedures and you treat people first as having rights, property as second, and criminal as third, then I think it goes a long way in changing the culture. So no, I do not agree that it's anti-police rhetoric.
And as you say, this is a first step in a long road ahead. That's the time we have tonight, Professor. We appreciate your insights. It's a topic I'd like to revisit with you in the weeks and months ahead because it's so vitally important to our community and communities across this country.
I totally agree, and I'll be more than happy to talk again.
Excellent. Professor Ron Brown, Wayne State University, joining us on 7 Up Front tonight.